Welcome to Android tutorial. Today topic is dynamic fragment. And previous section we discussed about the static fragments. What we discussed, we have a screen and we split it into two parts, and then second part we have placed this fragment here. We have placed this fragment here and in landscape mode, and I split it into two parts and I place the same fragment here. So I have seen one more requirement is this is the meaningful requirement. So when I pressed on this row, I display in the another activity. So I place the same fragment here in this activity. See, when I click on this row, I expect to display more info about that row. So this is so I started activity. In that activity, I placed the fragment. So this is the more meaningful case. So activity in that fragment. So entire activity I have displayed so I can display more info. Here it's a part of that screen, so I can't display more info. So this is the meaningful requirement. So in this static fragment, I have defined in a layout that fragment, and this fragment only I can place it, and whatever the defined in the layout, that fragment only can be placed wherever I define. But I can't place another fragment there. For that we use dynamic fragment. The dynamic fragment means I have selected the row, I place the fragment here. Which fragment? This fragment I will place it. And depends on the row I selected, depends on some value on the row. I want to place fragment 2 sometimes, I can place the fragment 2 here. Sometimes I need to display fragment 3, I will take the fragment 3 and I can display it here. So dynamic ones, see, fragments are reusable fragments. So whichever activity wants, whichever the fragment, we just take it and place it on the screen. So dynamically means while app is running and we decide which one to take, so take that fragment and place it on that. In static, we can't change the fragment, and we split it into two parts, using the fragment, but only one fragment is defined in the layout. That fragment we can keep on changing the values, but dynamic means we can keep on placing whichever fragment you want. So this is all about dynamic fragment. And the advantage of the dynamic fragment is, for example, we have this is the mobile. This is the mobile. I have some navigation drive here, and it will have a layout, something like list view, like this. So whenever I selected first row, I place this fragment here. This drawer will go off. This drawer will go off, and I will place the fragment here. Place the fragment here. And whenever I selected drawer in the second row, I place this fragment here, fragment 2. Whenever a fragment is selected in third row, so in drawer, so I place this fragment here. So each one have a different layout, and I can place the same main activity, and I can place whichever fragment I want, depends on the option selected. See this much. See, one activity, so many fragments, and at a time I use one fragment and place it on that. So this is the most useful way of useful, and this is what we are mostly doing this. We will take one activity, so many fragments, place it on whichever I want at that point of time. That depends on the this drawer selected, option selected. So that's we are going to discuss in next sessions like this. The useful of this fragment is how nicely you can use this fragment. And one more is I have this, and I can place this fragment, and I swipe the screen, I can place the another fragment. I swipe the screen, that is some weather display, morning weather display. It can be one thing. When you swipe it, it displays previous day, and when swipe it display day before yesterday details. So this is, we can swipe and then take a fragment and place it. When you swipe it, take a fragment and place it. So this is the use of we can use very our requirements, and the app will be looks very navigation is very effective using this fragment. So that is the use of dynamic fragments. So we'll see in next tutorial how to code for this. We have already seen for this static fragments, and only thing is we have defined the fragment. We have coded the fragment, that means fragment on create view and all, and I will just take it and place it on that. How to take it and place it on that, we will going to see that in next tutorial. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel Unisys.